What do I feel like playing today? We got Call of Duty Ghosts, Black Ops 3, yeah right. World War II, some Siege, ooh. MWR, IW. Been a long time since I've done a Fortnite video. Sure, why not? I mean, I guess. Okay, I might have lied about the Fortnite video, because that's not gonna happen. So yeah, we're back on some MW3. Hopefully you guys are all having a wonderful day. And today, I thought that I would give you guys something a little bit special. A little special something something. So yeah, today I thought I'd give you guys a little special story, a little story time with Premiere. I love doing these videos, I love telling stories. What better way to tell a story than playing, you know, some MW3, the game that I normally always play and make videos on and shit. So yeah, today I thought I would tell you guys the story of when I broke my foot. So yeah, when I broke my foot, I was a sophomore in high school. It was towards the end of my sophomore year. I was woken up on this beautiful Tuesday morning. I'm pretty sure it was Tuesday. It wasn't even that beautiful outside. The day was supposed to go like this. I was gonna go to school, go to football practice, and then after that I was gonna start my first part-time job, and I was really excited about it. I go to school, everything is pretty much usual as always, you know, I'm sleeping in class, hating my life, you know, typical high school shit. I go to my football practice, which was a pretty good practice for me, looking pretty promising. Coaches were happy with me and stuff like that. So after practice I go home, and my dad had been working on these three-wheelers that he's been building for a while. And so I'm sitting at home helping my dad out working on these three-wheelers and stuff like that, and I get a phone call from my boss, which I didn't really expect. I wasn't late for work or anything like that. She calls me up and says, hey, we're gonna be closed today because there's not very much business right now, so if you wouldn't mind coming in on next Tuesday. So I go and tell my dad, I'm like, hey dad, I don't have work today, I can hang out with you and just chillax and stuff. And he's like, alright, cool, well good for you then, because I just finished your three-wheeler. So I was all really excited and stuff, and I was like, sweet. I've basically been riding ATVs, three-wheelers, and dirt bikes like my entire life and stuff like that up to this point. I'm gonna call your uncle over, your uncle's gonna come over, he's gonna ride your mom's, I'm gonna ride mine, and you could ride yours, and we're gonna go over to his house and we're just gonna hang out in the pub. Is that cool? I was like, yeah, it's awesome, let's go. So I was all really excited. This is the first time I've ever ridden my own three-wheeler, like my three-wheeler that my dad spent all this time building, right? The thing is with me though, is I'm not really all that used to a twist throttle. So you know, we're driving over to my uncle's house, and his house was maybe a mile away. So we're all riding in this kind of like V formation, quacking and shit, you know, like Mighty Ducks type stuff. I was just still trying to test out the machine. Like I hadn't really had that much time spent with it or anything like that. I turned out my uncle's driveway. He's got this gravel driveway that's kind of long. It's like about the size of like a football field. So on one side of his driveway there's this big old wooden fence, and on the other side of the driveway there's this like barbed wire fence. And I turned down his driveway, and I'm, you know, wanting to show off and be a little badass. I decided to pop a wheelie off of this turn, and I really didn't think it through and kind of whiskey throttled this wheelie hella hard. Pretty sweet ass wheelie, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty sweet. So in the middle of this wheelie I noticed that I'm going increasingly fast over to this freaking wooden fence that has fence poles about the size of this shit, like an elephant's fucking leg size fence poles, okay? These things were huge, and I just didn't stop in time. So I ended up whacking the ever-living fuck out of my foot on this ginormous freaking fence post. I flew off this three-wheeler. This extremely uncomfortable, warm sensation in my foot. I didn't know if I broke my foot. I didn't know what the fuck. I'm just laying there just looking at my foot, and I don't really know what to do. So I start to panic. You know, obviously when you don't really know what the hell just happened or what's going on, you're gonna panic a lot, and that's what I did. I started to scream like a 5-year-old girl that just got her Barbie playhouse taken away for a week or some shit. I was freaking the fuck out. Like, and my dad comes over, and my dad is a very strong guy. Like, my dad's really strong. He's just kind of tough, and he wants me to act like, you know, like a man. And he's like, hey, stop crying. Like, he's just yelling at me to stop crying and stop being a pussy. He's like, stop crying. And I'm just like sitting there, like, just trying not to cry. And I'm just sitting there like, okay. So I kind of calm down a little bit. My dad takes me home, and I'm sitting there with my sock off in my living room. And my foot looks like a fucking healthy watermelon, all right? So my dad calls my mom, and he's like, hey, we're gonna take him to the emergency room. So we get to the emergency room. My dad all checks me in and stuff like that. Well, I'm still standing there at the front desk, and then the lady asks me, she's like, hey, who are you here with? Like, are your parents coming? Like, what's going on? Like, are you okay? Are you hurt? Like, seriously, I looked at her like, you just talked to my dad. Yes! I'm with my parents. Yes! There's something wrong with me. Look at my motherfucking foot! Like, my foot was so hugely swollen that it would, obviously, like, you would know there's something wrong with it. So they finally get me into this back room, take some x-rays and shit, and the nurse that I had, I've always had kind of a thing for, you know, nurses for some reason. Nurses can be cute. Nurses can be, you know, sexy and stuff. And this lady was very sexy. I've never seen her before, and this is a small-ass town. So, you know, like any other teenage boy and stuff like that, I'm obviously flirting with this nurse hella hard, alright? I'm trying to get in those scrubs ASAP, Ferg, alright? So they're taking me to go get these these, you know, x-rays and stuff like that, and they're asking me what happened. I explained the story to them. I thought that would be really funny while they were pushing me in this wheelchair if I tried to pop a wheelie in the wheelchair. I did. I'm just sitting there popping a wheelie in a wheelchair, and this nurse is looking at me like, didn't you just break your foot popping a wheelie, you idiot? Like, she's just sitting there like I'm the most stupidest kid she's ever met in her life. I was just trying to impress her, you know, I was just trying to get, you know, in them scrubs. Like I said before, I was just trying to get her number. I was just trying to get her to holla back. I went and got these x-rays taken and stuff like that, and I had found out that I had broken my first metatarsal. If I had pictures, I would put it up on the screen, but really, I don't think anybody wants to see that. That shit was like completely shattered, and I had to go into surgery to fix it. So yeah, basically I had like 10 days with this freaking destroyed ass foot just chilling out in the open. Can't have anybody touch it, can't even wiggle my toes, can't do anything, can't walk, can't do shit. And for 3 months, basically, I had these metal pins sticking out of my foot, and I couldn't do shit. I was on crutches for my whole entire summer, missed my entire junior year of football, and yeah, basically the moral of the story is, guys, don't do something stupid, because sometimes it doesn't even work out, alright? You could get severely hurt. You could be me, fucking over an entire summer. It wasn't that bad, though. Played a lot of video games over the summer, and it was pretty sweet, and I didn't have to do much of anything. Like, I didn't have to mow the fucking lawn, didn't have to weed whack, didn't have to do shit, didn't have to clean up dog shit. It was actually kind of nice. I might go break my other fucking foot now. And, no. I didn't get the nurse's number. I did see her 2 years later, though, and I did get her number then. I think I'm actually gonna give her a call. I think I'm gonna do that right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like and subscribe if you guys feel like it. Hope the rest of your day is the absolute best of your day, guys. And as always, thank you for watching. Peace, peace.